Okay, right, the retreat in Corato. So it was from Tuesday 22nd to Thursday 24th. So I woke up on Monday morning, early Monday morning, ready to fly to Corato. I hear on the TV, oh, the Pope passed away. I thought, oh, goodness me, passed away. Holy Father, in the Easter tide, after he gave the blessing to the whole world, you know, and then the next day he passed away. It's as if he timed it, as if he planned everything, isn't it? That's so fantastic, the way he planned it. But I was hoping that he will stay till Blessed Carlo, but God's plan is God's plan. And I think, in a way, Blessed Carlo offered his suffering for the Pope and the Church when he was suffering cancer. And so I saw this as another gesture of charity, of love, of a Blessed Carlo to say, Holy Father, I sacrifice my canonization. I'll postpone it for you and for the Church. This is the way I saw it. You know, that's my own opinion, how I saw things. But he's beautiful, Blessed Carlo. So we went there. So I'm going to start with the pictures. There's so many to share. Okay, let's go down. Okay, let's go down. Let's put this page down. Okay, so the conference that took place was not in Corato itself, was on the outside of Corato, because Corato is very small, and the churches are I think for lack of a priest, the church is locked during the day. It's only open in the evening when they have mass. So I recommend, if you go on pilgrimage to Corato, go with a group. Don't go on your own. Because if you go on your own, the church will be locked and you will be waiting outside, and then you will be trying to find the parish priest to open the door, etc. So I recommend it's done through a group. That way, everything is organized, and you can go to all the places and pray, etc. So the retreat was outside Corato because of the number. There were many people of us. So it was outside. This is the church, and you can see there were many priests. So we had a priest from Italy, Father Dave Leon from America, Mexico, and USA as well, and other countries, and Italy, and other places. So this is the church, and you see this. This is the conference room, and you can see sitting in the middle Don Sergio, who is the spiritual assistant of the Association of Luisa Piccarreta. So very important man, very important priest. And on his right, our left, is this is a Carmelite Italian priest who is being journeying in the divine world. And on his other side is Father Dave Leon, who is from San Diego. We had him here giving his testimony, how he came into the divine world, I think more than a year ago. So if you go to the playlist of guests, you would see his testimony. So, okay. And here, this is a picture with Jeff and Mary next to Father Dave Leon. Jeff and Mary did an amazing work in organizing this, and Mary did an amazing work in translating. So basically, things were said in Italian, translated to Spanish, translated to English. So they were Italian, Spanish, English. These are three languages. So you've got to understand one of them. Yes. So, and then Don Sergio, you have Don Sergio and Sister Benedicta from San Marinos. Okay, this is the Acuna family. These are a wonderful Mexican family. So this is Alejandra, and her brother priest, Father Bernardo, and her other brother, and those two are her daughters. This family has done so much for the cause of the divine will in the world, starting with their father, who actually handed the volumes to Pope Benedict. You know, you can read their history of the family on, you know, on Luisa Piccarreta's site. They've done amazing work in furthering the cause of the divine will in the world. Father Bernardo teaches, and Alejandra teaches in Spanish, and Mary Zirkle translate for her. And we're going to have them. They're going to be joining us hopefully in October. Father Bernardo's, I was like going through all the days we have, and like busy retreat, whatever. Yeah, and like, Father, okay, we're going to get into next year to book you. But hopefully in October, 10th of October, we'll have them. And here, the beautiful sisters, or the Benedictine daughters of the divine will. So on my right, there is a Sister Benedicta and a Sister Scholastica at St. Marinus. I think you've seen them on you know, on YouTube, giving teaching on Being Catholic Media. And on the other side is Sister Teresa with Sister Elizabeth in Italy. Yes. And you recognize this face? Yeah, Brother Giovanni. He was here when we did our last consecration with the you know, Benedictine monks of the divine will. And they will be joining us again in near future. Okay, and here there are more priests. This is the Carmelite priest from Italy, and the priest from Mexico, and hopefully we'll have one of them coming. So it was a wonderful place to network with a priest, and hopefully bring them here to join us. And here, this beautiful priest, Father Gabriel, who teaches the divine will in French. Yes, with Jennifer. She's here in the room. She was with us. I was with Jennifer and Angela from our group, and Brunella, who translates for us, came as well for a day. And here with the Irish mystical mothers of priests. So I was delighted to have a group from Ireland. And here is our Brother Dan and the Filipino, part of the Filipino group. They came in a big group and was such a joy. And this group became part of the Association of Luisa Piccarreta. So you see the certificate. They've got, it's a very thorough process where you have to go through everything with the permission of a bishop and the establishment of a membership of the association. Very thorough, long process, and they've been through it successfully, and they're part of the association. So I was full of joy. My heart was like overflowing. So many good things to see there. To see that, beautiful. Now this is the conference. They spoiled us with food there. The food was brilliant. Thank you, Mary and Jeff and the association, and everyone was involved. And the chef was humorous, delightful, you know, so it added to the taste of the food. So these are sisters from Canada and America. I'm sitting at the table. So every meal I sat with different group. So to get to know as many as I can of those with us journeying in the divine world. Now, let's go to the places associated with Luisa. So this is the most important church, well, in my view, because the tomb of Luisa is there. So that if you see, the priest is there, and on the side, you see, is the tomb of Luisa. You see the statue of our Blessed Mother Mary? This is where the tomb of Luisa is. So the church is called Saint Maria Graces, Mary of the Greek. And the tomb of Luisa is very simple. You will see it now. That's the tomb of Luisa. Here you go. Luisa Piccarreta, our beloved Luisa. So kneeling here with Jennifer and Angela by the tomb. And I put these items that I gave you as gifts, I put them on the tomb of Luisa. And then I put a petition to Luisa, entrusting all of us in the book to the care of Luisa Piccarreta, so we may persevere in this gift and go deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you go to the basement of that church, you would see those 24, the fiat, and then like a sun, and coming out of a race, and it's 24. I think that represent the 24 hours of the Passion. I think that's what it represents. And if you go in, this is the other thing in the basement, there's this miraculous image of Our Lady there. And from memory, I remember during COVID time, people used to go down there and pray before that image. It's a miraculous image. I don't know the exact history of it, but Our Lady's intercession was very powerful. And that image was buried in the ground, and they heard something coming out of the ground, and they dug and they found that image. It's a miraculous image. Okay, now we go to the other church, the mother church, the main church of Corato, where Luisa was baptized as a baby. And remember, Luisa came upside down, not head first, feet first. So that's the church, and that's the baptismal font where she was baptized. So we took candles and we did torch with our candles. We made a procession through the streets of Corato. Was wonderful, wonderful. Reading passages from the book of heaven was really beautiful. Okay, now this is Luisa's house. This is the balcony where she came out, and Jesus was in the street carrying the cross, and he said, "Soul, help me." That's where she came out. Now her house became a museum, and the museum was opened when we went there. Now I went to there in 2004, March 2004, and it wasn't like this. It was just the bed and the room of Luisa, and there was no display. But now it's fantastic, it's state of the art. It's beautiful, and I'll show you to some of them. So this is the holy room where everything took place, where the volumes were given, where the Virgin Mary in the Kingdom of Divine Will lessons were given. So Luisa used to be in that bed, and Mary used to appear at the foot of that bed and give her the lessons. And Jesus used to come here. This is the room where all the action took place. And do you see that wardrobe with the mass, for an altar, small altar? That's where the priest used to come and celebrate mass for her. Okay. Oh, do you see? That's the bed. So you see the pillows. She was always, like this on the bed. She was not lying down like in a sleep position, always like this, and in contemplation. This is the chairs where visitors would come, where a priest would come, speak to her, and that is the wardrobe where they celebrated mass in her room. And this is some of the display. We didn't have a lot of time to view it, but there was like so many relics there, so many relics. And her work, her needlework is amazing. Amazing. You would see some of it. See some of her work? Beautiful. This is a lady who's got a stigmata, a nail in her hand, and she's doing it. Nail in two hands. And this is her hair. So you see her hair was black, and then as she grew older, it turned to gray. That's her hair. And this is her writing. Not bad for someone who just finished grade 2. in school. Beautiful handwriting. Okay, this is where they wheeled her outside in the convent. You know, when she went in the garden, or when they took her outside. This is what they used to used to do. Yeah. And then we went into the convent. You know, she spent 10 years in a convent. Now, where her room is, she was facing the Blessed Sacrament. Where her room is, now it became this altar. That's the altar. And here we have Mary translating to Father Dave Leon in front of the altar. And the other side of that of the altar is where the Blessed Sacrament was. Now, where her room is became the altar. And then some relics. There's some pictures in the convent. And this is outside. This is outside. Now, when she went outside, remember, she was deprived of the sun. She was in her room. She never went out. She was deprived of it. Now, before she went out, she was saying to Jesus, I'm going out and I've never been exposed to the sun. Imagine you've never been exposed to the sun and then you go to the sun. What would happen to you? I mean, your skin is not used to the sun. So, but she said to Jesus, will a brother sun, you know, like St. Francis, brother sun, sister moon, will a brother sun recognize me? And he said, Jesus, why don't you look at him and see it? So she went outside, you know, thinking that perhaps would be burned by the sun, you know, Italian sun. But she looked at the sun, and the sun was like dancing, recognized the divine will in her, and was like dancing. So you see at her eyes, she's looking at the sun, and they're trying to represent that. And the sun did not hurt her eyes. Don't try this at home. That was a privilege given to Luisa when she was there. It doesn't mean if you look at the sun, it's not going to burn you or blind you. Okay. And then this is some of her relics in the convent. Yes. So this is for Corato. It was a wonderful unity retreat. It felt so wonderful to be with our brothers and sisters and all journeying in the divine will. All have a great love for the divine will writings. Beautiful, beautiful. And now, as we teach, I'll quote some of the things that we learned there. For example, from Father Dave Leon.